weaponry that you'd have. The aliens kind of remind me of fucking like bug monsters from Starship Troopers, so that looks fucking awesome. And then the final one is Dead Living Zombies, which I believe is a zombie horde mode essentially, and you can do it co-op with your friends. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. Check it out. I'm excited about it. It sounds fucking awesome.
Is this like a Rambo style like Vietnam game, or is this? It
kind of looks it. I mean, here's why I say that. The guy has a fucking headband on.
Does it look like? Oh, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
It looks like just in the jungle, in your fucking face, like that awesome like blood red sky with helicopters flying over is the kind of the artwork for it. Oh, and then one final thing is if you buy the season pass, which I'm going to, you get Far Cry 3 Classic Edition that comes with it as well.
Right, which is a value in itself.
Exactly.
Cool. So that sounds pretty great. Another game that's kind of giving us some DLC is No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any faith in this? I mean,
I
haven't.
I
haven't touched it since like the first week or two or something.
Yeah. So No Man's Sky holds somewhat of a place in my heart, and I'm okay with it.
Right.
I was unemployed in 2016 whenever this came out. Fall, I believe it was fall, like August 2016. Maybe it was even July. I got laid off right around August, July time. Anyway, so this game came out a couple weeks after, and I'd already bought it when I was working. So I mean, it was there. I already had it. I already paid it off. I think actually I did it digitally, so it was already paid for when I bought it. Anyway, so I played hours of it. And it was kind of a peaceful game to me. It was nice. Right. I just would sit back, jam some like fun electronic music, like Porter Robinson, Passion Pit, stuff like that, and just play.
I mean, the soundtrack is good too.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, so I listened to the soundtrack a lot. Actually, that's why I did like on Spotify, I believe, like No Man's Sky soundtrack radio, and it gave me all those awesome bands. So anyway, I have a special place in my heart. It's a very chill, stress-free game because you just kind of do your own thing. Similar to Sea of Thieves, and I'll let you give all your criticism to like how you feel the content of the game was. But I feel the developers are coming from the same fucking standpoint of we're giving you the adventure. You create your own adventure, but people just don't kind of really. That doesn't appeal to a lot of people, I think, and that's the problem lately with these types of games.
I think like the beginning of No Man's Sky, like when there was something to actually try and do. That was when it was at its most fun. Like getting your ship up and running and going from one planet to the other was something I'd never experienced. And I honestly thought that's one of my most memorable moments, in gaming in recent years. And after that, it just fell flat because you'd get to these areas where, maybe you'd enter a cave or you'd find like a site where there's like a crash or some kind of rundown building, and you start to think to yourself like, oh man, I bet I'm going to find some cool things here, or maybe I need to be careful because it looks like there was some kind of battle. And then you have to keep reminding yourself that the game doesn't give you any of those things. So
it's like fuck you kind of to content.
Yeah, it's like there's exploration, but there's no discovery. And yeah, you discover like new plants and animals and stuff, but like that when you can do that on every single planet, but that's the only thing you can do, then it loses a bit of its charm after the opening hours.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
but I didn't return the game.
I didn't either.
I kept
have
it.
Oh, you have it on PlayStation?
I have it on PlayStation 4.
Motherfucker, we need to play sometime!
Well, when the update comes out, I think I'm going to put it back in and get the update. I mean, I have not gotten any of the new updates. They weren't substantial enough, but the reason I didn't return it is because I felt like, something's going to come of this eventually. It almost felt like buying into a Kickstarter, except like we have the guarantee of their promise, like already in our possession. So they're going to
promise I won't be a fucking idiot this time. Is that what they said? Why
No,
did I do?
I don't
Why
think-
was that my choice of voice?
I don't know.
I mean, here's the thing. I do feel for the developers a little bit because they just got fucking shat on socially, on social media after the release of the game, and they spent years of their lives on this game. The head guy, Sean, should know his name.
Sean Murray.
Sean Murray, yes. Thank you for this is why I love you.
You're welcome.
Sean Murray's been fucking so long on this game, and I don't even want to know what type of emotional shit he had to go through with the backlash they got. Yep. I mean, I do get it. I get some of it, but at the same time, I'm just a little bit more optimistic than others that, it's fine. I'm not going to flip shit over a game not having that much content. I mean, maybe that's why I really enjoy Sea of Thieves too. Also, the development team over there at was it Atlas?
Hello Games.
Yeah, what was it?
Hello Games.
Oh shit! What did I said Atlas? Hello Games. Yes, Fred. Again, you're the genius over here.
Coming through.
They had a tsunami, I believe, in their area, wherever they're at, or something that destroyed their entire. Well, it got flooded their office and destroyed all their equipment, and they lost months, if not years, of work. So,
wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so give these guys some credit. They still put out a really good. I feel like this could be a base to an overall idea of a real legitimate story. But the model, the engine is great.
I think that's what's coming in this update. I mean, they said it's going to be No Man's Sky next. They're launching on Xbox One. I think this is going to be substantial enough to sell copies, like sell new copies. And then the people like us who have already paid, like we get this update for free. So
Oh, I know why I said Atlas. Atlas Rises was last year's kind of little update, free update.
That's what it was. Atlas Rise. That was what they named one of their updates. Yeah. Yes. I didn't download that one.
Yeah, so that allowed you to build your own base, which is cool. That's fucking awesome.
It's cool, but like for what?
Yeah, exactly. So that was like the main thing from last year.
If they incorporate it into this next update and it like matters, then cool. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I want some good shit. Do they have an actual release date? I think they said summer.
They said in the summer, so it's coming. Within 3 months, we're gonna have it. I think. I
have some screenshots. It just shows some like cool stuff. I don't know. I want to get back. I need to get back into it anyway. I've been wanting to.
I think it's completely different now.
Yeah, and that's why I need to get back into it. I'm excited for it.
Me too. Let's get into the next topic. This was your idea.
Yeah, and this is where we will do another. Or you do like some Fred Durst stuff. You do like
some magical sounds, like a genie coming out of a bottle.
It's probably Christina Aguilera. Fred Durst, how did Fred Durst? He'd be like,
"Welcome to Game Genies." Wait. Welcome to Game Genies. What?
Are you trying to? We already did the intro, Fred.
This is my host, my co-host.
What the fuck is that? What is it?
So
did
mobile
we go
games.
Back in time? What the fuck?
So this next topic was your idea.
I was going to do my Fred Durst impression, but I guess we'll just save that for later.
No,
it's going to be bad.
That'll be the segue into. No, we'll do that in the next one. Okay,
I'll do it in the next one. God, mobile games. This is something I wanted to talk about. I've been wanting to talk about for a little while. It was different mobile games that people are playing, mobile games I'm playing, and kind of this new model that I've seen.
Right.
A trend over the last couple of years. I started playing mobile games when I got my iPhone 8 Plus because it was finally hardware that I could decently play, with good graphics and everything like that. Whatever is offered on the App Store, I can play.
Gotcha.
So anyway, I've been playing a game called Marvel Future Fight. There's a Star Wars game that my brother plays called Galaxy of Heroes. That's probably just as popular. I feel like this Future Fight game is the most popular, or one of the most popular, like Marvel licensed games. Both of them have similar progression systems and daily quests.
What type of game is it? Like, what's the actual?
Yeah, okay. So this one is a beat 'em up kind of game. It's very action oriented, and you have an attack button, but you also have 5 different abilities. Is the match you can have as you level your characters up from 1 star to 6 stars? You get these. You'll gradually gain more and more of these 5 abilities. You push that, it's an attack that does more damage, obviously. And then it has a countdown timer that starts as soon as you use it. So it has some RPG
cooldown?
Yeah, exactly. It's a cooldown. Your one you get at 6 stars typically takes longer than your cooldown you have automatically from 1 to 2 stars. So, there's obviously the heavier attacks that you can use. You can have a team of 3 people. You have multiple teams. And by 3 people, I mean 3 characters from the game. And there's just a lot. It takes a lot of farming and work
Mm-hmm.
to. I don't even want to know how many hours I put in. I've been playing it for about a year now.
Well, is this a game that you can sit down for a few minutes and get something out of it, or is it kind of you have to sit down with it for a while?
It's both. So the actual level itself, which means you go and fight some guys, and then you fight a boss at the end of the level. Typically, those levels take about, as long as you can have high enough characters to do it. And obviously, Chapter 1, it has, I think, 14 chapters in the story mode, and then there's all these other different types of modes. But they gradually get harder and harder. So as long as you have guys that can, handle their own on this on each level, it'll take about 1 to 2 minutes max. So you can easily get in, do a couple,
level.
yeah, per level to get this shit done. You also have these clear tickets that you can just push it. You get these as you progress in the game. I have like 7,000 now, so I don't mind doing like 10 levels. And
so it like skips a level for you?
You get that level's items and experience. Or not, you do not get experience. You get those items and gold, but you do not get experience for your characters. But there's experience tickets you can get from, which is some of the items that drop. And those will allow you to level up your character without having to go through the motions of playing each level over and over again to farm to get your character up all the way. So the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes is a very similar progression system from what I've seen, but that is a more turn-based gameplay.
Okay.
This is a new model for these big major licenses, and they're making a shit because they have a whole bunch of microtransactions and different deals that they have daily and things like that. And they're consistently updating these games once a month. I, for example, am saving up a shitload of crystals, which is like the big in-game currency, over gold. You can buy different shit with crystals, but crystals typically get you the better shit. I've been saving up because Infinity War comes out in like 3 weeks. So they're going to have a huge update, I'm assuming, and I'm just saving up to get whatever costumes or extra characters they'll have. And these
you're going to spend those on the new DLC.
Exactly. And
gotcha.
And the costumes actually give you bonus stats and things like that.
Do people spend a lot on this?
Yeah, so the Star Wars game, for example, there's a guy I worked with that he's playing that Star Wars game that my brother plays, Galaxy of Heroes, and he said I think it was between 1 and 3 months, he had spent $1,000 or more on this game. It's a fucking mobile game. Yes, I swear to God.
Within 3 months, he spent $1,000 on a single game.
Yes.
Just on like items
he told me he had to stop playing.
Does he level up?
Because he was getting too crazy. Yeah, I mean, you level up, you do different things. It pretty much makes it where you don't have to farm as much. That's why you're...
Yeah, but you spend $1,000 on a game, then you say, I shouldn't play as much. So you can spend that much money on a game and not get so much out of it that you feel like you should keep playing?
I think the reason he stopped playing was because he was scared he was going to spend way more money.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, usually if you get a game and you spend money, like, on the in-game stuff, like, you eventually are like, I have all the stuff this game has to offer, or a lot of it, and it makes the game more fun. But in this case, he just wants more stuff.
I think, he just that's what I kind of got from it. But, I mean, so that's just one model.
Right. Well, how much have you spent?
I've spent probably around like 50 to 60 on this game over the last year, which is not that bad for me because I'm like, I play it all the time. It's like me buying a $60 game. I don't mind supporting the developers.
Over a period of time.
Yeah. Right. I mean, the developers seem all right, although I have seen some shit lately with some of the updates where it's like they want you to have things behind a paywall, including new characters, which they didn't used to do, which is pissing me off. There's a lot of complaints on the Future Fight subreddit as well regarding this. But, I mean, it's a great game for what it is for me. I really enjoy it.
Is this a common thing? Are a lot of games doing this, or like non-licensed games? I mean, making money?
Yeah.
Or is it just like the Marvel and like Star Wars kind of?
I mean, it's going to be obviously bigger with Marvel, Star Wars, properties like that. I mean, there's a fucking WWE game that's mobile that I always keep seeing on Facebook advertised. That it's a puzzle game, but like you complete these Tetris like Dr. Mario puzzles, and then that's when your fighters do different moves. I don't know. There's a Power Rangers like there's the game.
Puzzle Fighter is a lot like that. The Street Fighter kind of Tetris game. So you like, I don't know, assemble your puzzle, whatever, and then you attack. You're attacking your enemy or whatever. So
yeah.
I think people just like to see things with
familiar characters
that they already love. Yeah, familiar characters.
It makes sense. I mean, then you got your Pokemon Go's, your Fallout Shelter. I mean, Fallout is a very popular, franchise.
Right.
I mean, Clash of Clans just did great marketing. So I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Something I would recommend though, I paid I think $4 for it.